Salam to my family, give thanks, blessed love to each and everyone, hotep and joy and happiness. Of course, we're very thankful as we glorify the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. We give thanks for your presence with us, of course, in the nest, the tiger's nest, the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. Just reminding you, of course, we're talking about the Tiger's Temple. Every Sunday at 8 p.m., we gather in the Tiger's Temple. This is where we carry this to another level, whether it is lectures, interviews, debates. It's always question and answer and always interactive. So I'm looking forward to your presence even tomorrow evening, which is the 3rd of July. And I'm talking about a very special edition of the Tiger's Temple coming to you. Of course, we will be dealing with Rastafari, the Bible, and ancient Egypt. That is the subject area for tomorrow evening, and purposely even titled and entitled in that way. Yes, Rastafari, the Bible, and yes, ancient Kemet, which most people refer to as ancient Egypt, but you will see why we are referring to it as that. And of course, myself will be giving this presentation. This will be another wonderful dynamic lecture. Remember, this will be done through the Zoom platform. And of course, those of you who are already members of the temple, you will be getting your link to come into the temple live and direct. Those of you who are not, it's only a $10 contribution to come into the temple, only $10. But if you're making your contribution on the very day, it's still only $20. And if you put an extra $5 on that, you will actually get a pass to come to the temple for a whole month. So, I mean, that's a wonderful, wonderful program there for you. So you could just register and get your link. Of course, you have to email us, priestisaacInstitute@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to each and everyone coming into the house. I can tell you now, this is not what you expect. Well, it's never what you expect, I can tell you that. So for sure, whether you think you would have heard us talk about Rastafari, and of course the Bible, and of course ancient Kemet, I'm telling you, it's going to be a totally different vibration in the Tiger's Temple on the 3rd day of July. So make sure you contact us now so you can get a good vibration of exactly what we will be getting into. That is on Sunday evening. Now, of course, you know the ancient story of St. George slewing the dragon. And of course, even Emperor Haile Selassie I definitely see him as the fulfillment of the Kedos Girogis, or the St. George slewing the dragon. St. George is considered to be Ethiopia's patron saint. And it's also St. George that is the British patron saint. I'm sure you would know of that. And the whole story when St. George slew the dragon, he saved the damsel, but it's the same story there of Perseus and Andromeda and him slewing the beast that you see in the heavens. Those of you who understand the movements of the astronomical clock in the northern hemisphere, you see those constellations, the Charioteer and the Cephas and Cassiopeia and Andromeda. Andromeda is the damsel in distress. And for sure in the ancient St. George slewing the dragon story, he actually saves the daughter that was tied up to the tree. But again, as you could obviously see here, you see Heru, the ancient falcon head god of ancient Kemet, the Neter. You could see him there riding his own horse, and he is slewing the beast in the very same way as St. George slewing the dragon. Now, keep in mind, St. George slewing the dragon is not just an Ethiopian thing. In fact, most of us would have heard of St. George even before we understood that Ethiopia also, revered St. George. Coming up in the Anglican church, you would have heard about St. George. Coming up in almost any church and any Christian society, you would have heard about St. George slewing the dragon. Then you come to realize that Ethiopia has a black St. George as well. But then now when you go deeper into it now, we're dealing with ancient Kemet. I think everyone knows by now that when you go into the royal ancient sea of Kush, I'm speaking of ancient Kush. When we talk about ancient Tar Seti, what is known as Nubia, and we're dealing with going down, you know, the River Nile into ancient Kemet. I'm talking about Smaitawi, the unity of the ancient land. We're talking about 3,000, 4,000, in some cases 8,000, 10,000 years BC. So before there was George slewing the dragon, and I do dare say, even before there was Kedos Girogis slewing the beast, you had the ancient Heru, the Ra-Harakate slewing the beast. Nothing to feel bad about. That's how we work as Africans. It's almost like hand-me-downs. So this is why you would see us speak about the most ancient writings being the pyramid texts. But then after the pyramid text, you have the coffin text. So the coffin text was taken from the pyramid text. But we don't dig nothing. We don't dig no blues. We ain't have no beef. It's just hand me down. You know, it gone to a next level. From the coffin text, you have the papyri of Ani and others. Then you have the Book of Gates. As time moves on, you know, that's why you have different creational stories, maybe with different names. You know, Amun-Ra, then you may have Ptah, but it's the same story going down the line. That's how we do it. Then, of course, you have the infiltrators that come in, and we didn't really hand me down the agency to them. They just took it and made their own thing and created their own stuff and made up their own Jesus and their own Zeus and just created things out of the blue and try to mix our thing, you know, in with it. But in ancient Africa, that is why in different tribes and different customs and cultures, you would see a similarity with how things are done. You will see the differences, yes, because they're different cultures. But at the same time, it's coming from an ancient culture, a more ancient tradition. So this is why you would see in Ethiopia, yeah, the Black St. George, and even going through Europe, you still see the Black St. George in Russia and Poland. You see the Black St. George, just like you see the Black Madonna, the Black St. George or Keros Girogis slewing the dragon. But its origin is from the falcon-headed god, Heru, the Horus, the Ra-Harakate, slewing the beast as well. So as I said, the ancient Haile Selassie I is the very same St. George. Slewing the dragon, as you can see here in the background, slewing the beast, and as you look here, you see the same damsel even tied up to the tree, which again would represent the Andromeda in the story that you see portrayed in the heavens, you know. So the same Kedos Girogis coming from ancient time represents the same Heru, but at the same time crystallized in physical flesh now is the same Haile Selassie. And on Sunday, I will go more deeper into details of exactly how we are positive that Haile Selassie is the fulfillment of the Keros Girogis, or what is known as St. George. So that's just a snippet in a family. Yeah, that's just touching a little breeze there of what we're going into. I'm talking about on Sunday, 8 p.m. sharp. Make sure you are there with us. Contact me right now. Just email me now. I don't know what you're gonna wait for. Email me right now so you could get your link, so you could be there with us Sunday evening, 8 p.m. sharp. This is going to be deep. And remember, in the Tiger's Temple, when the presentation is done, you will be definitely free to not only open your mics, you can come and join the panel, and we have a wholesome discussion. We make sure we leave enough space that we can have a wholesome discussion on the topic. So make sure you are there in the house. Of course, you know how to contact us. Remember, email priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. And of course, priestisaacinstitute.com is the website, and your payments can be made using the Cash App or even utilizing the PayPal, and the link for both are in the description below. And keep in mind, when you make the payment, you must still email us and let us know that you have made that payment for the Tigers, the temple. Wonderful. Just encouraging everyone once again to contact us to get more information on Megalith Investment Group. Those of you who are very serious as it relates to financial growth, those of you who are very serious as it relates to investing your finance into lucrative businesses that are taking place right now, for sure, make sure you contact us so you can get more information. Those of you who have already made up your mind to invest with Megalith Investment Group, of course, a consultation can be organized so you would know the steps going forward in the future. As you know, family, it's all about empire building even at this moment. So just encouraging you again, Tigers Temple, Rastafari, the Bible, and ancient Egypt. Yeah, looking forward to your presence. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Blessed Lord.